everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a great evening. So, I'm here with my queen, Queen Booger, who is directly behind me. Hey, Booger. Hey, Booger. She's making sure that I do a good job tonight with my reactions, and I'm glad to have her as a co host. So, what's been going on? Well, a lot of stuff has happened. I'm sure those of you that are watching this react right now, you've heard about a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about. The fact that she went on Twitch and it was an entire mess. Her mods were openly fighting back and forth in the chat while the live was happening. And then after she went to the Beezer show, directly after the Twitch live, the fighting continued. So, what happened in the Twitch live to make all that happen? With the live that she did, apparently, one of her mods, Scapegoat, got blocked, and Scapegoat was not happy about being blocked and was going after Tracy TX. Just madly going after Tracy, coming in hot. And then when Foodie went over to YouTube, it continued. So it was an entire mess. There was a lot of fighting amongst the ranks, a lot of infighting with the mods. Foodie, of course, was high, so she really wasn't paying attention. She's doing the can't we all just get along thing rather than straightening the mess out, and that way the chat could continue and things could be at peace. So that occurred. Speaking of the Twitch live, that was a mess all unto itself. Foodie was not prepared. She had no mods. She kept restarting over and over and over again because she couldn't figure out the settings. And another thing, Foodie, if you're going to get on Twitch and make money, it's really not a good look to get on Twitch and say many, many times over, I hate Twitch. I hate being here. This is not my platform. Just openly saying that to people who are coming in. People who might be on Twitch and that's their thing, and you're saying, I really don't want to be here. I hate it here. Also, she made a big deal about, I'm going to be on Twitch only for an hour. Why only for an hour? Because she's trying to get her watch hours in. But she's putting off the attitude of, I don't want to be here. I'm only going to be here for as long as I need to be here and no more. And then I'm going straight to YouTube. So if you want to know what the last 4 or 5 lives have been like, that's pretty much it. Foodie scrambling from one platform to the next, not really doing exciting content, complaining no matter where she is, whether she's on YouTube or Twitch, she's complaining. She's still angry at YouTube holding her accountable and taking away her monetization off her main channel. She keeps swearing that it's unfair, that basically YouTube is a hater. Although, something that should be known, a lot of people have lost their channels or lost their monetization, not just Chantal. There's a lot of channels that have had their demonetization taken away. It's not just YouTube targeting her. They're going after a lot of people, and a lot of people have been affected. And of course, Chantal's not paying attention to that. It's all about, what about me? And she's also doing the you owe me thing to YouTube, saying, I've made lots of great content for you over the years, and I've made lots of money. How dare you take my monetization away? I did nothing wrong. Although those of us who've been watching her for years, we know she's done plenty of wrong. You know, just having a problem with food, getting on YouTube, glorifying it, monetizing it, encouraging people who have the food fetish to come forward and sponsor her habit. Yeah, a lot of wrong has been committed, but she'll never admit to that. She'll never take accountability. And so there she is, bouncing from YouTube back over to Twitch, then back over to YouTube, and really not doing much to turn things around. She's hoping that her appeal gets accepted. I don't think it will, because she's making all kinds of mistakes. She's getting on YouTube, coming on under the influence, She's going on Twitch eating because she's insisting that she wants to eat with whatever content that she does, although she can't do it on YouTube anymore. If she's turned it an appeal to YouTube, it really would do her well to go through her entire channel and private videos that contain food, of which there are a lot, but she hasn't done that. And as long as she doesn't do that, that's going to be a problem. So she's just making all kinds of mistakes. And one of the biggest ones is her attitude. You know, just trying to fight with the boss, shaking your fists and saying, "You've done me wrong." You'll never win that argument. Chantal, you are just another person on YouTube with a YouTube channel. Monetization is a privilege, not a right. And YouTube has the right to revoke that privilege anytime they want. So you can be as mad as you like, and you can be grumpy about it all you like. It's not going to change a thing. Not as long as you continue to do the content that you're doing. They have no reason to give monetization back to you. Oh, hello, Booger. Hello. So there is a lot of stuff to go over, y'all. We got a lot of Twitter peeps going over all this that has been happening lately with Foodie, including the stuff from yesterday. So while the queen is up here in my arms, having a moment, hey, Booger. Hi, Booger. You purred for me. Tell you what, while I have her in my arms, how about we just do the Twitter peeps? Let me just go ahead and scroll down here and find the Twitter peeps thing. Oh, let's go, y'all. Oh, and Booger's doing the cradle thing. Hi. Hello. For those that are fans of Queen Booger, here you go. You get to see the queen, and she gets her scratchies and rubbies. Yeah, she's a good girl. Just a big old baby. Just a big old baby. Look at you all curled up here. Yes. I don't know how I'm going to do the Twitter peeps now. You picked a fine time for this, Booger, but I'm going to give it a try. All right. Let me just go ahead and try to switch over with one hand. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you that Twitter really doesn't interest you enough to make an account, that's why I do the Twitter peeps. So you guys can keep up with all the news and gossip of Girl World, all the opinions. And I can also throw in some cool stuff, like animal stuff or funny stuff to put a smile on your face and really maybe kind of make your day. All right. So let's start here with a post from Malarkey Meter saying she showed the bra. It's some kind of flesh tone padded deal. Look away, kitten. So, yeah, for those that aren't aware, Chantal came on camera on Twitch and she showed a bra. Now, the story is kind of weird. Sorry, cat hair in my nose. Thanks, Booger. Allegedly, Chantal found a bra. Sorry, cat hair. Booger cat hair. Chantal found a bra in her suitcase. And it's not her bra, allegedly. She doesn't know where it came from. She doesn't know how it got there. But she found some strange bra of unknown origin in her stuff. And I guess tonight she showed it again. It just looks like a regular flesh tone bra. Speaking of bras, Chantal, I'm not trying to be mean here, but during your stream I couldn't help but notice that the bra you were wearing, it looks a little bit too small. It looks way too small. It looks about 4 sizes too small. It was crazy. It's The band in the back is so tight, it can't possibly be comfortable. How are you wearing that thing? Why are you wearing that thing? Haven't you gone to the store and gotten new bras? Sorry, cat hair everywhere. I love my cat, but cat hair up my nose, I'm not fond. So, yeah, showing a bra on Twitch. Y'all give me a second. I got to get the cat hair off my nose. Okay, sorry. I had to get boogers and cat hairs out of my nose. All right, moving on. 500 Kids and No Money says, Foodie Beauty keeps saying, I haven't talked about eating problems in years. That's cute, but it's also wrong. It's not just talk, it's behavior. Quote, eat with me, I'm sad. My husband left me, eat with me. Midnight bee moments as content. That's disordered eating on camera. Yeah, how many streams did we see her do where she would say, oh, eat with me, I am so sad? How many streams did we see Chantal do where she said, I had a really bad bee moment? There were a lot of those. A lot. A lot. In fact, if Chantal had to go through and eliminate all the stuff off her main channel that had to do with talking about bee eating or just straight up bee eating, I believe like 99% of her content would be privated because everything involved food or talking about food or talking about her struggles with food. Although she never really struggled, I don't think I've ever seen Chantal do a live or a video where she was fighting against it or angry because she basically got tempted, gave into temptation, and she was frustrated at herself. Never saw that. Never once. So, yeah, YouTube has a problem with that now, Chantal. And like I said, you can shake your fist at YouTube and be mad at them all you want, but they are the boss, and it really doesn't make sense to argue with the boss. You will never win that argument, ever. Danny Y says, continue to talk about eating problems, Chantal. Poke the bear. Twitch pays pennies on the dollar from what you're used to. It's like she bought her own shovel to dig her own grave, and she is triple chin deep in the hole now with no way out. Sassy Cat says, does Foodie Beauty really believe the words that come out of her mouth? And how many years has she been repairing her ED? You know what, Chantal? If you have a problem with food, trying to use YouTube as a way to repair it, really not a good idea. I don't see how that could be effective, especially if you're doing content where you're including food in with the content. You know, reading between the lines of this whole thing, y'all, every time she comes on camera now and she's complaining about YouTube and the policies, I'm reading right between that. She is, in my opinion, a food addict who has included her addiction to food in with her content. She made it into her content, and she's mad as a hornet that she can't continue to use her addiction to make money. There's all kinds of things she could do on YouTube to make money, but she's so hardcore into her food addiction that she doesn't want to let it go, either on camera or off, but especially on camera because that food addiction makes her money. It makes her money through Google AdSense. It makes her money in the way of attracting the feedies to her channel who send her super chats and buy the memberships, but also they pay her for private content off of YouTube. I mean, this is like the multi-layer operation here. You know, and YouTube was the starting point. She gets on camera, She eats food. This makes the feedies on YouTube happy. And then there's a potential for them to contact her on Cameo or Instagram for private content, which brings in even more money. And then she can build up a client list of people that contact her on the regular for more content in the future. But now this whole addiction machine has been shut down. YouTube is saying no more of this. We can't allow it. And so this hardcore food addict is angry because they no longer can use addiction to make money. So she's trying to claim that she was repairing her relationship to food and her food problem using videos and live streams. Well, it's been years, Foodie. I haven't seen any improvement in your food problem. Haven't seen you getting healthier. I don't see how you slowing down with the eating. You're an emotional eater. You said that yourself, and I believe you because I've seen evidence of that. There's been no repair work done. If any had been done, you wouldn't be getting this mad over YouTube changing its policies. You'd say, okay, I guess I'll do something else, but you are mad that you can't continue with what you were doing. But let's see what you got to say. So bring it on.
So fat people on YouTube are being demonetized if they are shown eating.
And that is not true. I have heard that different communities, even the fitness community, have some people have been demonetized. She's trying to spin it as they're just targeting big women who are eating. And that's who all the people that have been affected are bigger women or people that do the mukbangs. When there's lots of channels that have been affected, Chantal doesn't care about those people. She cares about herself, how it affects her. Because she threw all of her chips on one number with YouTube. She doesn't have a job off of YouTube. This is how she was making her money. She's just concerned about herself. And she's mad.
I swear it's a fucking hater from Gore World that works in YouTube.
I can't even begin to tell you how ridiculous that sounds. Her claiming that a hater from Girl World works at YouTube when she knows doggone well there's not a single channel, monetized or not, that has a connection to YouTube headquarters, to the company itself, that has any kind of influence. All of us that have channels on YouTube, we just have our channels. We don't have a say so with what happens at YouTube as far as who's monetized and who gets demonetized. None of us have influence for the appeals process or anything. All that backroom stuff, we don't have access to it. We don't know about it. We are not in charge. So somebody at YouTube, or maybe the YouTube of the company, took away her monetization and all of a sudden they're a hater. People have told her multiple times, Chantal, there's a big lawsuit going on right now that has to do with glorifying eating problems. And it's not just YouTube that's involved in the lawsuit, it's TikTok. Different platforms are involved. This is a huge lawsuit. And YouTube is a company and they have to make changes, and they can't allow people to make content that glorify eating problems on YouTube anymore. They have to shut it down. And where you messed up, Chantal, is you weren't just coming online eating food like regular mukbangers. You were playing both sides of the fence. 1 minute you're doing a feedie type video with all the food, and then The next minute, you're hopping over the fence on the other side and talking about your issues with food. When you want sympathy, you were doing the sad fishing thing with all that, trying another way to make money and to get attention. Also, one thing I do remember you doing, on the vein of working both sides of the fence, you would put tags on those videos, didn't you? Talking about BED recovery when there really was no recovery. Again, working both sides of the fence. So some people that were mukbangers, they were just doing their mukbangs, but they weren't coming forward at any point and saying, I have a problem with food. No, that was you. That's where you messed up. Because once you come forward and say, I have an issue with food, I've had an issue with food for years, and then you're coming online and eating massive amounts of food, it just looks like you're glorifying your problem and monetizing your problem. And that's a big no-no for you too.
Like, how are they even legally allowed to tell somebody that? Because even if you have ED, you have to eat.
But you don't have to eat on camera. And if you have an issue with food, you shouldn't be eating on camera. So you can eat whatever you want when the camera's turned off. Nobody's saying as a human being that you can't eat something. It's just that you're on a public platform, and the public platform says you can't eat on camera, young lady. You've got to listen. You've got to.
And the focus is not to avoid it, it's to repair your relationship with it.
Ma'am, if you have a food addiction, if you got a problem with food, you shouldn't be eating on camera. In what universe are you in that you think that getting on camera with a massive eating problem, what is the matter with you? You're not repairing nothing. That's the angle you're trying to take. I've been repairing my issue with food. You've been trying to repair your issue with food for years, and it hasn't gotten any better. I guess trying to repair your issue with food using YouTube is not successful. Maybe you should try a different path, like, say, inpatient. Maybe that would work.
Usually done by intuitive eating.
Oh, Lord. Are we really on that again? The intuitive eating. Yeah, Chantal was a big fan of intuitive eating, although you can't eat intuitively until you know how. Chantal bought a book. She read at least parts of the book of intuitive eating. Even the person who wrote that book even said, you really shouldn't start the intuitive eating if you have issues with food until you're in recovery for that, or you're basically on the backside of that. And she's nowhere near that. So if you got an open, active, raging problem with food, how can you eat intuitively? It doesn't even make sense. It really, really doesn't. She just saw a book that said intuitive eating, and the book said, you know, don't restrict yourself, eat what you want, and then she took that to the extreme. She liked the fact that the book said eat what you want, as long, just eat intuitively. She read what she wanted to read.
So why is YouTube acting like,
Because they can, because they're the boss, and they make the rules, and there's nothing you can do about it. So maybe you'll need to shut up right now and stop all this complaining, because it ain't going to change a thing. Meandering Thought says, God, Foodie Beauty actually claimed that fixing your relationship with food is usually done with intuitive eating. That's not just medical misinformation. It also doesn't work as shown by her. She really wants to get terminated She just doesn't want to get it because addiction. Right. She wants to hear what she wants to hear. And what she wants to hear from YouTube is, we're going to give your monetization back and you can do whatever content you want, regardless of the policies, the rules. It ain't going to happen. Those days are over. She just doesn't want to let it in. The times they are changing, and they have changed. YouTube changed its policies 3 years ago, and they sent notices out to everybody about the policies. And even if they didn't send out emails, which they did, the news has been everywhere for a while now. And even if that didn't happen, she should have been on notice when Amberlyn Reed got demonetized and then Quirky Love Rose. I mean, that is a warning. She should have known she was next and taken steps to prepare. The moment that she saw Amberlyn Reed get demonetized, what she should have done is go through all of her content and start privating stuff like crazy. She didn't, because she was arrogant and she was cocky, and she thought, just because they got demonetized doesn't mean that I'm next. Well, you thought wrong, Foodie. You were. It took them a little while to get to you, but they got to you. You had plenty of time and plenty of notice to fix things, and you did not. And one of the things that might have helped you get remonetized is, you got to show YouTube that you're going to be doing different content now, but you're still stuck on wanting to do the same content. I mean, if they pulled you up right now, they'd say, oh, yeah, she's doing the same stuff. No difference here. So I'm sure that you're not going to get monetized again on your main channel. Mrs. Flupa Booty says, you know how sometimes people plan things to get themselves caught cheating on purpose? Maybe Salah put the bra in amongst her things in Syria, hoping she'd find it, accuse him of cheating, and leave. Well, she left anyway. So it's a moot point. This is a weird moment. Crochet with Ashmay says, in reference to finding a random bra in her suitcase yesterday, she's been in Canada for how many weeks now? Yeah, good point. And mentioned somehow it could be the mom's sisters, the mom who has passed. Yeah, she's like she's talking all kinds of nonsense. But you're right, Crochet. She's just now finding a bra in her suitcase when she's been in Canada for how long? So she never opened up her suitcase? And she's saying it could be Salah's mother's, although his mother passed away. What? Let's listen.
Well, his mom too, like some of her clothes, some of the sisters, some of the clothes are still in storage, but um I don't know. I really
Chantal, you lie so much that you have no idea how ridiculous you sound when you lie, because you don't make up good lies. You lie about things you don't have to, they don't even make sense. If his mother's things were in storage, how would they be in a place where they would end up in your suitcase? What? You really need to stop lying. You're not even making sense anymore. Bubbles and Cheek says, does anyone believe that Foodie Beauty only received $3,000 from her grifting to move to Canada? That's what she said on her last night's stream, and I call bull crap. Anyone have receipts? Oh, she got more than 3,000, way more, way more. And it was also revealed, because she did a live stream saying that the money that people gave her while in Syria to go back to Canada, she confessed that she took the money and she spoiled people with it, end quote. So all of that money was supposed to be used to go back to Canada. It was just strictly for her, and she spent it on other people. Although the people who gave her the money, that was not what they were giving the money for. She stressed that she needed the money for Canada. She needed it for all kinds of things. So they gave the money. And now she's saying, oh, I kind of gave that money away. Well, I guess you did what you wanted to do with the money, Foodie. So that means that was your choice. And now that you're in Canada and you've been demonetized, it's not the beater's responsibility to give you more money. They gave you more than enough. And if you chose to give it to other people, then you did. You're willing to sacrifice that money by spoiling others. But you chose to do that. And the beaters can't keep giving you money forever. Oh boy, I heard about this moment. Meandering Thought says she's a disgusting pig and weird AF with the animal. Eyelash says, what the AF is Foodie Beauty doing? And how disgusting is she to think that this is funny? Starfishing with a cat that's in heat. So I heard about that moment. Foodie was on the couch, and I guess there was something going on with the cat sniffing her fupa or suckling on her fupa or something. And that's kind of like something that happened way before. For those who weren't around during Cracked Olympics, there were a couple of times where Foodie was laying on her queen size bed and she let her cat, Sam, suckle on her fupa. Do I think that's disgusting? Absolutely. That's just nasty. That's really nasty. And I haven't seen the clip recently with this happening with the no-name cat. I don't know why she lets that happen. I don't know why she thinks it's appropriate. I did hear something else. There's somebody called Animal Control on Foodie. I don't know what's going to come of that. But yeah, I heard about that weird, creepy moment with Foodie and the cat. Nana Spike T says, the Simpsons donut wasn't the size of 6 donuts. Ma'am, it's the size of your face. Your big old paws make it seem normal size, but it's definitely the size of 6 donuts. And might I remind you, you ordered more than one. Well, I'll never forget the night that she was craving donuts. And it was what, 2 o'clock in the morning in Kuwait? So she was bothering Salah to go get her donuts. And I think she wanted one of those too. But she was really nagging him to get a donut. I don't think they could get a donut, and I think that they had to settle for ice cream. But he was just so bothered because she would not leave him alone. It was late, she had a snack craving, and was really ticking him off. But look at the size of that donut. Yeah, that is the size of 6 donuts, Chantal. Okay, so Bubbles and Cheek says, Foodie Beauty confirms she's not welcome to move into Shmi or Phil's homes if she loses hers. Ah, let's listen. Bubbles and Cheek, when she recorded this, the volume was kind of low. I've tried to boost the volume on this. It is kind of low though. Yeah, so I knew it was really low with the volume. I'm going to turn this back down. So if Foodie loses the place in which she's living, she's not allowed to move in with her mother and stepdad or Aunt Phyllis. So if she loses that apartment, she's on her own. So she can't run to the family if she loses her place of living. Now here's something cool from Nature is Phenomenal. Beautiful as snow. I think horses are smart and very elegant. There you go, Goose Chuck. I know how much you love horses. Look at these beautiful babies. They're amazing. Are they albino horses or is that a specific breed? They're so pretty. Aw. Jonathan Slater says, I love Sobo. Sobo's first day no longer a street cat. He learned how to rest. That's precious. Giving a street cat a nice, comfortable life. And for the first time ever, they can just relax and be a happy cat. Look at the baby. He's like, finally, I can just be comfortable and I feel safe. Aw. Antidepressant contents, and she found a kitten in the gutter on the roadside. She took it home even though she already had a cat. The way her home cat fostered the rescue kitten is so adorable. Well, call me crazy, but it looks like, madam, it looks like you got two cats now. I think your cat has adopted the kitten and now they're best buddies and it's a wrap. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Look. Look. Yep. Yep, it's over. Your cat has adopted a cat. Resistance is futile. They're best buddies for life now. Nature is phenomenal. His breaks were as cute as him. Goose Chuck, look at this. This beautiful baby just like they were running and look, watch the baby. Watch, watch, watch. He's got a very unique way to stop himself. Oh, he just like full stop. Gorgeous mare in foal. He just plopped right down. Jolie says there is dissension in the ranks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay, this is a post from Foodie saying, hi, who wants to mod for Twitch? I have to know you. Leave your Twitch name in the comments below, please. And here's some of the back and forth with Scapegoat. Scapegoat says, yeah, Tracy blocked me, so she cost you the money I was really excited to use subbing. And then Melee follows that up with, I'm blocked on Chantal's Beezer Show channel right now. I'm not modded yet on there, so there's another mod. Had to have done it. Someone has it in for me, I guess. So lots of people were getting blocked. Scapegoat says, that Melly. If she's trolling, I have to admit it's kind of brilliant, but yeah, ain't right, dude. Darvo B's meant to make Foodie take pity, and she considers everyone a threat to coming in between her and her fixation. And I guess you're talking about Tracy TX. Tracy TX fired back with Scapegoat. I promise to God that I did not block you on Twitch. I was blocked about 45 seconds after I got there. I did not block Melee on other channel either. I don't know what your problem is with me, but I'm not trying to take Chantal's channel down. You sure about that, Tracy? I have been with Chantal for years, and yes, we became friends. I'm not here to hurt anyone or make anyone upset. I have been getting crap everywhere I go on the internet and crazy people using my name and making memes of me. Other channels do not like Chantal, so they take it out on me. I will always have Chantal's back as long as she's on the internet. I don't really know what started all the hate that you have for me. I would really like it if we could all get along. I am not a troll. I am a supporter of Chantal. But anyways, I am not trying to hurt or block any of our mods. Sure, Tracy. You're never a problem, are you? Tracy, you're such a pick-me. I mean, you're forever in Chantal's chat with your big shouty capital letters. Chantal, read my comment. You are a problem, Tracy. That's why people don't like you. And please don't act like with your wide-eyed, innocent eye. Look, oh, I'm not a problem, although you've gone to other channels causing a problem, ma'am. Dave's World says, hashtag foodie beauty. Why can't YouTube just strike the videos that are problematic? She literally wants to do what she wants and have YouTube babysit her videos for her without any severe repercussions. She can't be bothered by abiding by written rules. So basically, what Chantal wants YouTube to do, if there's a problematic video, just get rid of it, but don't take away her monetization. She wants to be allowed to do what she wants to do. And if YouTube's got a problem, she's expecting them to just slap her on the hand and let her keep going. So she's mad that they are not taking the actions that she wants them to take so that she can continue to do the problematic content. Oh, and by the way, y'all, the no-name cat is in heat. You know, because of course it is. She got the cat when it was like 4 months old, 5 months old. Female cats can go into heat as early as, say, 6 months old. And we're right about there, and no name cat is in heat. And for the record, do I think that Chantal, at any and every opportunity, is using it to rage bait us? Yeah. Yeah. Even though it's not working, because all of us that watch her, we are rage bait fatigued at this point, using the same things over and over, trying to make us angry. We're at the point where we can't get mad anymore. I've told her that before, but she's just not getting it. When you use the same thing over and over to get somebody mad, after a while they stop getting mad. Bubbles and Cheek says, yesterday Foodie Beauty had 1.2K followers on Twitch. Now it's only 1K. Are people starting to realize it's not worth watching her? Well, to date, she really hasn't done interesting content there. And she keeps saying, I hate being on Twitch. I don't like being here. She's doing the literally bare basic minimum to get a certain number of watch hours so she can do, is it affiliate or partner? I think it takes a while to get partner, but she's trying to get affiliate. She's like, oh, I've only got to be here for an hour. Okay, I'm only here for an hour. And by the way, Twitch, I hate you. Not exactly the thing you want to do on another platform if you're trying to build it up. You're coming forward with this negative Nancy, I hate being here, I hate doing this attitude. Yeah, it's not an attractive look. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty, she just admitted the money she got to move to Canada was given to Salah for him to use. Well, that was her choice. So if she runs out of money at some point, nobody should give her more. She was the foolish one. She gave up the money. She chose to give it up. So that means she's okay with having less money. 500 Kids and No Money says, darting eyes, touching face, falling over her words. She's lying and can't even hide it. Let's listen.
Serious question with no judgment. How do you not have money saved with as much as people donate to you? You lived in Syria.
Yeah, that is a good question, and more people should be asking her that question. People should be spamming her chat. Where's your money, Chantal? Where's your money? You were in Syria. You weren't paying rent for at least 3 months. You were still getting paychecks from YouTube. Where'd all your money go? Between not paying rent for 3 months plus the 10 grand plus that your beaters gave you, had you not given money to Salah, you would have had like 20 grand coming back to Canada. Where'd all your money go? Where'd it go? And under normal circumstances, it would be awkward asking somebody, hey, how much money do you have? That's kind of a personal question. But the moment that you start asking people for money, and the people that you're asking, they know that you're getting money. You're asking for their money, though. They have the right to say, where's your money? Where did it all go? If you continue to put your hand out and ask for money, they have the right to ask you, well, where'd your money go? Make it make sense. And you should have a good answer.
Where you didn't have to come where you didn't have to come out of pocket for much according to you. I didn't live in Syria very long. It was like what? 3 months? Not even? Yeah,
3 months. You were there for 3 months. So let's just say your paychecks were like $4,000. 4,000 times three is 12. $12,000 plus 10,000 is $22,000. Where'd the money go?
3 months, I think. Um, and when I finally did have access to my money, yeah, I did spoil some people. And
I spoiled a few people. Who? On what? What'd you spend the money on? You're not going to say?
um, you know, but it wasn't.
Can I just say something? If Chantal were responsible with her money and paying her own doggone expenses and not grifting, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Not at all. If she were paying for everything herself, would we be having this conversation at all in the slightest? Not, nah. We're having it because she's irresponsible with her money and she keeps asking for other people's money. And she will continue to, as long as there are people that want to come forward and give her more money. The moment that her beaters say, we're cutting you off, no more grifting, it's a done deal. But as long as there are beaters in her audience saying, what do you need money for? Let's set up a GoFundMe. What's your PayPal? She's going to keep taking it as long as it keeps being offered.
Much because like I don't make as much as I was back.
Still, you're right. You don't make as much as you used to back in Crackhead Olympics. You're right about that. But still, the money that you make, even if the money amount has dropped over the course of time, if you were being responsible with your money, it would be more than enough to pay your bills and pay your rent without asking for other people's money. Your problem is that you got very expensive sugar babies, number one, and you got very expensive habits, meaning food, number two. Oh, and the edibles too. The amount that you do. You're spending way too much money on men, food, and edibles. If you were to cut out the sugar babies, cut down on the fast food, the deliveries, the edibles, how much money would you save? Quite a bit. But you're really not in the vein of cutting down things and restricting yourself. You want to keep things as they are and have other people pay for them. Hence the problem. And for those who are wondering, has Chantal gained weight over the years? She has. Flashing Pondu says, guys, come on. Chantal's right. She's totally smaller than when she was when she started doing the mukbang. She's not a huge death fat at all. So let's do some comparison pictures here. So here's Chantal 2017 and 2018. I believe this was back in the BB days. And this is her now. Yeah, you have put on quite a bit of weight, Chantal. I don't think you could ever deny that. You are not 345 pounds. You're over 500. And I'm so sure of that if I'm wrong, I'll eat Natter's cooking with no complaint. That's how sure I am that you're over 500 pounds. You can always get on a scale and prove me wrong. No, and if I'm wrong, I'll apologize and eat his cooking. As awful I know as it's going to be. It's going to be so bad. But I don't think I'll have to do that. And there's cat stuff, but I'm going to get past that because I don't want to get upset. Shenanigans says Chantal is using her cat as rage bait. From getting her in the first place to not naming her and refusing to take her to the vet yet. Another innocent being used to line her pockets. Yeah, it's all about just trying to poke at people and make them angry. Oh, look at the meerkat. Katerina Senora Garita says, who gave this meerkat permission to be this cute? Popping up all curious and loving on the kitty. My heart can't take it. If I had 10 acres, I'd have a giant critter sanctuary attached to the house. Incoming Ellie Mae Clampett energy over here. So, meerkats are very social animals. And apparently, this meerkat was loving the cat. And look, meerkats normally live in groups, as you can see. So, they're cute. Meerkats are so cute. And they're so social. Look. Look at the meerkat. What else we got here? Shenanigans says Chantal's obsession of not being able to eat on camera tells me that she might have some Foodie benefactors who are angry about her demonetization. Just go to a Foodie site at this point, Chantal. What else do you have to offer? She might as well. I mean, why not? If she wants to continue to eat on camera, just go to a Foodie site. There's plenty out there. And tell all your Foodies to meet you there, and then everybody's going to be happy. The Foodie stuff won't be on YouTube where it doesn't belong. It'll be on an adult site. She can do as she pleases, and nobody will have to look at it. For some reason, she just doesn't want to do that. Now, this moment happened. So, Chantal was on a stream and was saying that Hungry Fat Chick Candy should be demonetized. Well, of course, that got back around to Candy, and she had something to say about it. And she roasted the crap out of Chantal. So, the last part of this from Candy saying, thanks again to the folks who are looking out for me and actually care about my well being during all of this. And thanks to the person who emailed me to tell me that Foodie Beauty said I should be demonetized during one of her deleted streams. Maybe she should look into doing corn. She's over there farting on stream. That's money she's giving away right there. Ooh, Chantal, them's fighting words. What else we got here? Oh, and Made in Canada is here to show us an albino moose. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Although I would not recommend walking up to any moose, albino or not. They are huge and they are wild creatures, and that can be dangerous. So if you see a moose, don't go out and pet it. It's not a dog or a cat. I'm just saying. Speaking of Twitch, a couple of things about Twitch, courtesy of Debbie's World. Can you eat on Twitch? Says yes, you can eat on Twitch, a popular activity known as social eating, inspired by Korean mukbang, but it is subject to specific rules like avoiding speed eating, alcohol, or non-food items, with streamers often muting mics for loud noises or taking breaks to maintain a good viewer experience, though some viewers enjoy the noises. MJK follows that up with, to get banned on Twitch, you need to violate their strict community guidelines by engaging in hate speech, harassment, sexual content, extreme violence, copyright infringement like playing music without license, or self-harm, as well as breaking terms of service like view botting or doxing, with permanent bans for severe or repeated offenses. Streamers can also get banned for a streamer's in-game chat if they don't moderate it properly. Well, see, that will be a problem if she lets her chats run wild and there's no moderation. That could be a problem. And I have to show you guys these things. Sassington MC, y'all look at these. So I don't know if there are people in my chat or on my channel that you guys crochet, like if you make blankets and stuff, but check this out. Here's an idea. Instead of making a blanket, why not make some funky pants? I wear these. I mean, those are really pretty and they look comfy. And this is the right time of year to wear something like that. I'd so rock those pants. I love them. They're funky, they're cool, they're boho. I'd so wear those pants. I want a pair. Where do you get those? But I'm just saying, those of you that crochet, like, here's an idea. Make some pants, man. Let me know how they turn out. All right, how long have we been going with the peeps? Dang, almost an hour. So I'm going to cut it off here. Okay, and we're going to go over to one of our Twitch streams. We're starting about 25 minutes in because the first front part of this, she was eating, being boring. I want her on the couch and I want her talking because while she was talking, she was complaining about YouTube again. So let's get started.
I can't wait to go back onto YouTube.
See, and it's this kind of attitude that Chantal, you have a excuse me, you have a Twitch channel. You're interested in making money on Twitch. Although you as a content creator, you should know that it takes time to build up any platform. And how do you build it up? By talking to people, making interesting conversation, having great content. Just coming onto Twitch and saying, I'm only going to be here for an hour and then not doing anything worth watching, doing the same content on Twitch that you would do on YouTube, it's not going to get people excited or motivated to sub up to your channel. If you're asking the Beezers to sub up to YouTube and then on Twitch, you got to give them a reason. Because I'm sure more than a few are looking at this and going, what's the point of having multiple memberships if I'm going to see the same kind of content no matter where I go? It doesn't make sense to spend that extra money. But I'm hating your attitude right now. You have a channel and you're like, I can't wait to go back to YouTube. Then go. And if that's where you're happy, then stay there. What is the point of having a Twitch channel if you're going to get on Twitch and say, I hate it here. I hate Twitch. I can't stand being here, but I'm going to be here for an hour. Why bring that attitude to Twitch? See, even somebody in the chat is backing me up. Lazy Lala says, so what is the point of building here if you do not want to be here or do anything? Right. What is the point? What positive result are you expecting for this negative energy that you're putting out there?
Hey, Enu. Can we talk about wieners? The ones from 7-Eleven? You're not 80. Chantal, please unblock me. You've been blocked for like years. Hey, Casey. Hey, Rig. Plenty of people cook on YouTube. I know, but what if
You know what I think? I think that Chantal might be afraid that the Beezer show will also get demonetized. So for now, like she made a Twitch channel and she's getting that up and running just in case that happens. So if the Beezer show gets demonetized the same way that the Foodie Beauty channel got demonetized, in essence, her Twitch channel is kind of a backup to maybe make money on. That's how she's treating it. It's a backup. But it's a backup she's really not taking seriously. You know, she's not really putting the work into it.
I don't know, what should I do? What if I lose my appeal? I have to have a backup. That's why I'm on here.
Ta-da! I said that. That's exactly what it is. It's a backup. Well, if don't you want it to be a successful backup? Shouldn't you be putting more energy into what you're doing and being more positive and being pleasant and being interesting if you're treating it like an emergency backup? Or is the thinking, since I'm looking at it as just a backup, it's a platform I don't like being on. You want that backup to make money, right? I mean, I would think that you do if you need it. Are you not putting as much energy into it as you should because you're halfway hoping that your appeal will be accepted? And that's not why it's why you're not taking it seriously because you're expecting that YouTube will come forward and say, "Oh, we made a mistake. Here's your monetization back." I wouldn't be counting on that.
How do you change your name color? That's what I'm I don't know, teardrop. I don't know anything about this platform. That's why I need to
And how long would it take for you to learn? What else have you got to do all day? Just sit down and learn. Learn what you have to do. Learn what you need to do. Watch other channels. It's not that hard.
deleting all my mukbangs. That's so ridiculous to me that fat people can't eat. People with
Let me ask you, can I ask everybody a question? And I already know the answer, but I'm just putting the question out there anyway. If you were someone and you had a YouTube channel that was making you $6,000 a month, around 5 or 6K a month, and YouTube, the platform, said, "We're changing our rules," and they take away your monetization, and you want to get that monetization back, or you want the best possible chance to get it back so that you still have access to your 6K a month, wouldn't you be going through your channel and deleting stuff or privating stuff, doing all that you could to make YouTube happy so that Daddy YouTube will give you your allowance again and not making you sit in your room without your dinner? I think you would. I'd be doing everything in my power to make them happy, bending over backwards and doing somersaults and all that. So people are telling her in the chat, you know, you really should be going through your channel and privating or deleting the mukbangs. Just get rid of them. What is the point of them being up there? You're not even monetized anymore. Why not just download them somewhere or do something else with them? That way you can keep your income. What is she doing? She's complaining about they just won't let fat people eat. Rather than do all she can to get that monetization, she wants to keep the mukbangs on her channel even though it makes no sense.
Like every human has to eat. What was wrong with my meatloaf dinner? No, I'm not deleting those. I refuse.
Why? What is the point of having the mukbangs on there? Is it a pride thing? Are you looking at it as Foodie content and the Foodies want it to be up there? Why keep it on your channel? If it matters that much to you, why don't you download that stuff and then put it somewhere else and then tell the Foodies, hey, this is where you can find it.
Whatever. Custom badges? Yeah, because soon when I make affiliate, I think I can sell subscriptions.
So that's why she wants to be affiliate. Because once you become affiliate, then you can offer subscriptions. Beezers, are you hearing this crap? Are you paying attention? Because I am. That's the only reason why she's doing this. She hates Twitch. She doesn't like the platform, which tells me because she hates the platform, she hates the setup, she doesn't like the crowd, more than likely, she'll do it just enough to make affiliate and then immediately start pushing the membership thing out. Hey, everybody, buy a membership. But my question to all you Beezers is, why should you buy a membership? Is she giving you proper motivation to spend the extra money? I mean, you guys are seeing the content already, what it's going to be. It doesn't look very exciting to me. It looks like the same old thing you'd see on the Beezer show. Just Chantal sealing on a couch, complaining about YouTube. Is that worth paying $5 or $6 a month for? I mean, I'm asking questions, but you guys are the ones you got to give the answers. So this is why she wants to make affiliate, because then she can do memberships and then people can spend extra money on her. But is this worth spending extra money on? No. My opinion, no. Not at all. Maybe the Beezers might disagree with me, but I don't think so. She's doing the same thing that she did before when she had her main channel taken away from her. She was making all kinds of pages on all kinds of platforms and urging her Beezers to buy subscriptions and memberships to every single one. And it got so bad that the Beezers were complaining. They're like, Chantal, I can't afford like 5 or 6 different memberships on different platforms. I just can't do it. But that's what she's doing. I'm going to do a page over here and a page over here and a page over here. And I'm going to have people buy memberships. And that's extra money in pocket. And there's no guarantee that she's going to give consistent, regular content worth that membership. She expects you to spend your money over there, Beezers, but she's not willing to give anything in return. She's just finding more and more ways to grift and get money out of y'all.
You know. this is fun here. It's true. People are not reporting Hungry Fat Chick. And I hope they don't. They shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't think they're mass reporting her. Although she probably does get reported. But she eats junk food. But the thing is I agree they shouldn't take her down because she eats one meal like every other day. You can't say, "Oh, that's bad for you. You can't eat that." It's like you can't do that. It doesn't work the same.
Okay, Sloppy Meatloaf says if you don't even like Twitch, making affiliate doesn't even matter. Will you even be on here? Probably not. I'm going to throw a scenario out there. Let's just say it takes a little longer for her, for Chantal to get her monetization back, which more than likely won't happen. But let's just say it does happen. But it takes a while. Chantal's going to maintain being on Twitch. And if she reaches affiliate, she's going to have y'all buy memberships. But the moment that YouTube says, okay, come on back, we're giving you your monetization back on your main channel, guess what? She will abandon her Twitch channel. So those of you that may have bought memberships at that time, she don't care. She will ghost all of you here.
I'm gonna use Twitch, yeah. I want to monetize and use it if I can. Not true. Hungry Fat Chick has talked many times about her health. I've watched those videos. I don't know. Okay, what's a web tack? What are bits?
What's this? What's that? Find out. If you're going to be on Twitch, find out. I'm sure there are plenty of YouTube videos that discuss all of that, Chantal. Just take a few hours out of your day and learn about stuff versus going to your audience and saying, what's this? What's that? Explain it to me. This is your channel, right? You want to make money with it, then take the time to learn things. It is not the responsibility of your audience to teach you, it's for your responsibility to teach yourself.
I've only seen a few videos of hers. Ah, yeah, there you go. Bits is Twitch's currency. Yeah, I know, but they're not on? Oh no, I need to be affiliate. Uh, what is it? I can't get bits yet, yeah. The cooking stream, that was a blast. I could do my cooking streams.
You got to go further though, Chantal. Whatever platform you're on, the content has to be engaging and interesting. If you're coming on camera and you're putting out that energy of, I'm just doing the bare basic minimum and no more than that, and I'm not going to even try to be interesting. The more work you do on something, the more passion you put into it, the greater the reward. If you're not willing to work, then you're not going to get the reward that you're looking for, period.
Or I could use Twitch to do in real life. I don't know. I want to be specific though. It was okay. I don't mind cooking in my kitchen. No, I can't be bothered. I don't like long nails. I'm always cleaning under them. Pluto got an orange boy. Orange? It is.
And another thing, Chantal, this is just from a viewer perspective. Do you know how many people there are on Twitch right now? They're working hard on their channels. People that are streaming on Twitch. Now, let's just say for a moment that I were not a reactor to you. I don't know about you at all. And I'm going on Twitch and I'm looking for somebody interesting to watch, maybe even sub up to. People get on Twitch and there's so many people that are streaming all at the same time. There's so many channels. Everybody's live. Usually someone will pop into a room, and if there's interesting conversation, if it's engaging, then people will stay. If they really like it, they'll sub up. But if I didn't know you, if I weren't a reactor to you, just coming across your channel, and I'm seeing you and you're laying on a couch and you're not doing anything, you're not saying anything interesting, guess what? I'm out. And I'm sure that goes for a lot of other people that are just scanning on Twitch, looking for someone to sub up to or watch. They want to find something interesting. They're going to lose interest in you within a matter of a couple of minutes. They're going to give you 2 or 3 minutes just to try you out. They're going to say, "Oh, this looks boring," and you're going to lose them. You want to keep people on your channel, you've got to be more engaging. You've got to be more interesting. This ain't it.
Stupid. Orange boys? Play video games. It's fun to do things other than seal. Have you ever sealed?
Yeah, and that's another thing, Chantal. I know that you've catered so much of yourself and your life to the feedies. You want to be everything they want you to be. And I'm sure there are quite a few that are urging you to seal all the time. They like the idea of you laying on a couch. That really plays into their fetish. I think it's about time that you stop catering your life to them. Get up and do something. They aren't going to get your bills paid. If they were paying your bills in full, then you wouldn't be on Twitch, would you? You wouldn't be complaining about money and whining about, "I want to go back to YouTube." There's a lot more people in the audience than people that are into the food fetish. You're an idiot. You're so busy catering to that niche group of people, of which the group is small. You're forgetting about the greater percentage of people in your audience that don't have the food fetish. But even now, you're still catering to the food people. Let me lay on the couch and not move. They don't want to see me move.
Hey, Spooky Sprinkles. No, I cannot, Bernie, until I find out what it is. Play a game. Nina. Nina Pie, is that you?
And I'm just going to say it because it has to be said. Chantal, have you really looked around on Twitch? What's going on? What's popular? What channels get the most views? What's attracting people to those channels? I know this is going to sound really mean. I'm not trying to be mean. But what's popular on Twitch are the younger ladies who are very, very, very attractive. A lot of people go to those channels. I don't think you'd fit into that category. I'm not trying to body shame. I'm not trying to fat shame. I'm just saying that's just what's popular on Twitch. So since you don't fit into that category, then that means you have to find another way to be appealing and interesting. You've got to take a different route.
Eggs on legs. Yeah, of course. That should just be automatic. I should do a seal marathon. Oh, did you? Nina Pie 000. Okay, I have to remember to remod. I had to mod you here. Oh,
And here's another thing for you, Chantal. Like, I pay attention halfway to what's going on with Twitch. Just things come across my feed. A lot of people who started out streaming on Twitch, some of them are moving over to Kick because Twitch has just become a little bit ridiculous with the amount of ads that they're placing on their streams. And I know that the ads don't bother you. For you, the ads mean more money. But for the people who are the viewers, they really, really hate the ads. So a lot of Twitch streamers, even the bigger ones, are moving on over to say YouTube or Kick. It's not as popular as it used to be. And a lot of rules, a lot of ads. Twitch is getting insane with the ads. So that might affect your bottom line.
where's Fuego? Here's Fuego. Bonky. 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 Can you guys see Bonky? What happened to your other leg? What do you mean? Tonight is way. Teardrop, I put the slow mode on 30 seconds. Okay, so far I figured out how to save my videos, change the slow mode, fix the moderator situation. We're on our way. We just have to be patient.
Speaking of saving videos, Chantal, curious question for you. So you have the Beezer Show channel and you want to make money on the Beezer Show channel. Ma'am, you really got to stop dirty deleting stuff. How in the world are you going to make money on the Beezer Show channel if you do a stream and within an hour or two that stream is gone? I mean, make it make sense. I mean, how can you make money on your content if you keep getting rid of your content? It's like, what?
That's way too slow. Strawberry Blonde enabled 1 month followers only mode. 5 second. Okay, disable the followers only. Make it followers only for. They have to be follow me for. Because then no one will be able to chat. Yeah, thank you. Can anyone make Nina a mod? No? Everyone is trying to figure out the new thing. She's just trying to figure it out. Queefer madness.
So between the boring content on Twitch and blocking people and putting all these different blocks up, like, oh, you can't chat unless you've been here for a certain amount of time, you're limiting the engagement. You're looking for engagement, Chantal, and You're so busy running around with playing around with the settings. You're limiting the engagement. It's so stupid.
Hey, Jennifer. Neil Joshi. Gotta poke around to figure out. No, I heard her talk about things on her mukbang channel too, but not often. You're right. It's mostly just eating. I don't talk often.
But you have, but you have. You mix the mukbang stuff with the problems with food, like your health. You see the problem? So people in chat are telling you this is what Hungry Fat Chick did. She had the mukbangs on one channel, the health stuff on another channel. She didn't mix the two. You did.
And even so, like I said, people with any issue, no matter what health issue you have on the planet, you have to eat food.
But you don't have to eat it on camera. And if you've got an issue with food, you shouldn't be eating on camera.
And to tell somebody they can't have a Big Mac is ridiculous because yes,
Have that off camera then.
they can. That's what causes problems with food is stigmatizing food in the first place. You just have to, I don't know. So friggin' I'm not wasting my breath anymore. I didn't have to do a video. No, it's not one size fits all ever see. Some people have medicines and stuff that need to be taken with food.
Yeah, you can do that off camera. Now, eating on camera is not required, but you're acting as if it is. I have to eat on camera. No, you don't. You don't need to eat every 60 seconds on camera. And if you're going to do an hour or two of live streaming and you're worried about being hungry during your live stream, then you should eat right before you come on camera. Eat a nice meal, then come on camera. I guarantee you, you won't starve in the hour or 2 hours that it takes you to do a live stream. And then after the live stream is over, you can eat again if you want to, but you don't have to eat on freaking camera.
But you don't have to eat it on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, but it's friggin' food. It's like, you know what I mean? Stupid. Now they're saying you can't eat.
You can't.
Hmm.
Silver says the thing is, you can yell till you're blue in the face, but advertisers don't want their brand associated with ED. Right or wrong, it's their choice. Right. Right.
Oh, the advertisers, yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Well,
And they are the ones who are paying your bills, ma'am. The advertisers are companies, products, and services. They are concerned about their brands and what's associated with their brands. And if they say, I don't want my brand that I've worked on, the company that I've worked on, we're trying to establish a certain brand for ourselves with the public, we don't want to be associated with certain things, then that's how we feel. Advertisers have a right to do that. They don't want anything tarnishing their product, brand, or service.
what can you do, eh? Yep. Only water. Hey, Strawberry Blonde. Tracy. Yeah.
I- You know what, Chantal? You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to the people in front of you. We have eyes, we have ears. We saw what you did over and over again. And even people in this chat are calling you out. Sky says you made feedy content. Lazy Lala says feedy content and it was gross. Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. You made feedy content and put it on your channel. You weren't even being subtle about it. You're being extremely obvious. And you want to be extremely obvious. You wanted the feedies to know, yeah, I'm doing this content on YouTube and you can watch me. I want you to watch me and I want you to give me super chats and memberships and buy private content off of YouTube as well. Your whole channel was a feedy advertisement, an infomercial. You knew what you were doing. You were capitalizing on the feedies and their fetish, and you were wanting to gather them all to you and make them into beezers. Can't do that anymore. But we were all there. We saw, we heard. You're being that obvious with it, sitting there chewing with your mouth open, sauce dripping down your face, showing off the food, taking a bite and making sure that the camera saw you take a bite. I mean, come on, Chantal, cut the shit. You know what you did. You knew what you were doing, and you did it for a reason, and the reason was making money. You ain't fooling anybody.
No, it's Tracy. What are you? You're trying to figure things out. You're wreaking havoc. Scrape go. Baby. I hate. We have to get used to it, Tracy. It's very yeah, you know. I have ears. See? Don't be a dummy. Oh.
Moving on.
We're not used to Twitch. It's very progressive. Twitch is? Oh, that means there's going to be a lot of rules. Will the
Yeah,
vibe
there
in here
are.
be the same? I don't know because a lot of people who use Twitch are just different, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of gamers here. And Chantal, I know right now you are focused on basically doing on Twitch what you did on YouTube. You want a hug box. But if you want to be successful on Twitch or any platform, you've got to abandon that. You can't have a hug box everywhere you go. You're going to limit your audience to just your hug box. Do you think you're going to make a whole lot of money doing that? No.
No. Amelia, I'm gonna block you after for that. Or you can do it, Tracy. Just block these people who are saying those things.
Yeah, keep blocking. Every time you block somebody, it hurts your engagement. Keep blocking. You're doing great, Chantal. Really great.
It's hard to joke in here. Really? There's strawberries and cream. Hey, Mahi. How are you?
Oh, and here we go. Meatloaf Patty says they can't watch if you block, and then you lose out on money. Making money here goes by engagement. Exactly.
Really? They do?
Mhm. Yep.
Please turn off verified mode. Yeah, but you should be verified, shouldn't you? Or no? Rumble is similar to YouTube but gives you more freedom of speech. Bernie and Rusty got.
Roland Drizzle says counting down the minutes until YouTube isn't the best content for your information, right? This whole attitude of like, I don't want to be here. Can I go now? It's so off-putting.
We could go to the dumpsters in 17 minutes. No, it's freezing. Like legit freezing. You guys.
And even if you went to the dumpsters right now, Chantal, what would you do? Remember your last dumpster stream? You weren't even really dumpster diving. You just drove up to the dumpsters, took one look, and drove off. Everybody was excited about the dumpster dive stream, and you didn't even dive into anything. You just drove up to them and then drove away.
Don't even realize. I don't know, Mahi. I'm not affiliate yet. Two more.
Judy, Judy says, "Do you think counting down the minutes you have to do this will make Twitch want to put you in a higher payout tier?" No.
More lives. It won't smell, it'll be cold. No, did you scrape? And it's not yours? Hey, Nasreen. Close. Oui, un enfant mal aimé. C'est vraiment ça. C'est vraiment la situation. I
Oh,
don't know.
I'm finding out some information here. So Prettiest Ghost says can are they, you can you only pick one channel with Prime? So like they have the Prime memberships. So if people can only sub up to one channel on their Prime membership subscription, I don't think they're going to pick you, Foodie.
Oh no, are they ruined Teardrop? My grandpa doesn't live in Naples.
Starlight says no prime for grifters. Eggs on Leg says I give my prime to streamers who give members something in return. And does Foodie have a history of giving back? She really doesn't. She even said earlier in this stream, I am only doing X amount of hours on Twitch just so I can get access to memberships and ask for more money. And yet at the same time, like this is her time to get everybody hyped up, right? This is her time to show people I'm on Twitch now. This is the content that I'm doing and get people excited so that when she becomes affiliate, they'll want to subscribe to her. But she's not showing anything. No one's going to be really inspired to spend more money on you, Chantal. Not with all this.
Okay, well, that's good for you, Eggs on Legs. Golden Corral. Oh, wow.
Sloppy Meatloaf says, why should we give you our Prime subscription? What do we get? Nothing. But if you're someone and you're subscribed to Chantal already on the Beezer show, and if you were subscribed to her main channel, you should already know that. What did she give you on her YouTube channel? Nothing. What is she giving you on the Beezer show? Nothing. What do you think she's going to give you here? Exactly nothing. I mean, she made promises that when she got back to Canada, all the stuff that she was going to do for y'all, what has she done about that? Nothing. So, what do we have? We have a history of nothing given back in return, even after you guys gave her $10,000. So, even after giving her 10 grand, you got nothing. Do you think that by giving her an additional $5 per month on an affiliate membership, you're going to get something? I don't think you will.
Hi, baby. What do we get? You should give without expecting anything in return.
You should give without expecting anything in return. So she's basically saying, I'm not going to give you anything. There it is. You spend your money on me and expect that I'm going to be as boring on Twitch as I am on YouTube. Nothing will change. I hope that nobody gives you a sub. That would be the smartest thing for them to do. For them to say, I'm not subbing up to you until I see something worth subbing up for. Show me something, anything. Show me that you're doing different content. Show me that you're motivating yourself. Give me something to get excited over.
Doesn't take much to excite you. Strawberries. What? It's Fwig! Look, it's Fwig!
Uh-oh. Feeling Fine says, I'm not paying for neither. There is free content everywhere. Rosie does more stuff.
Dollar store. Hi, baby. Hi. Why? On YouTube, you mean? I can stream on the same time? Hello. What?
Chantal, there's one thing that you're getting really bad about these days, and that's dead air. You just get on stream and you don't talk. Lots of dead air. That is such a channel killer.
The hero who stopped the shooter is Syrian. I know, I saw that. Yeah. I heard Salah's cousin wife is pregnant. Really? And where would you hear that from?
Ooh, she getting mad.
Why would anyone in Syria tell any of you people anything like that personal before I find out?
But then again, Chantal, why would he tell you? Why would Salah, who is no longer with you, who's thousands of miles away from you, let you know that he's with somebody and they're pregnant? I don't know if he's got somebody and they're pregnant, but I'm just saying, why would you know that? Why would he tell you? You guys are done. You've been done. You may not want to tell us that you're done. You may want to keep the illusion that he cares about you, although he does not. Why would he tell you? He's not obligated to tell you things like that.
Me too, teardrop. Rage baited? I don't think it's a feature. I didn't have beef with her. Hey, Carefree. Be nice, people. Look it. I don't care. If you're tired of seeing her, you can kiss my. Oh, baby.
Cat deflection. Although the cat is cute.
Ah, you people are sad going on for 3 years about the same thing. He is hot, I know. Are you my baby? Where's Fuego? Are you guys tired of Fuego?
We're tired of you talking about the toy. You're always holding it up and showing it off. It's like it's a cat toy. Move it along.
Julia's okay. I got an update the other day about her. Queso? Queso's a cute name. Queso! Do you like the name Queso? Queso. I still can't figure out if you're staying in Canada. Yes, I am.
Oh, she don't have a choice now. For anybody wondering, is Chantal going to stay in Canada? She don't have a choice now. You think Salah's going to take her back with no money? No. No, 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 no. He would never. He's not going to let her fly over there with no money. As if she could. Who knows how much money she has? But if she doesn't have get a check from YouTube, how could she fly back to the Middle East and stay?
I love this kitty. Me too. It's purple on your TV, really? Kitty's attached to me, yeah. Are you my baby? Are you my baby?
I don't think she's attached to you. The cat is in heat, and cats in heat, they'll love up on everybody while they're in heat.
Baby? Hey? What's this? Fwig! Oh. Yeah. They said you can appeal by video, but I didn't bother. If you don't have to, why the hell why?
So she didn't do the video appeal. You're so stupid.
1 hour done. 1 hour done. Who's happy? It wasn't too bad today. I emailed you direct YouTube link. No, you don't need to do it. Meet the threshold, they invite you to apply. Ragdoll. Ragdoll living in a movie.
Okay, we're just about done here, but I just want to give you guys a snapshot of what she's doing on Twitch. And as you can see, she's as interesting as ever. So you might be asking the question, Rose, why do you continue with this stuff? Because I got a feeling. I have a feeling, and the feeling is it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. I think Chantal is banking on a couple of things, but she's still holding on to a hope that she'll get her monetization back. And she's holding on to a hope that maybe she might get a check from YouTube. She's going to know in about 6 days, or is it 7 days for her because she's Canadian. She's going to know if she's getting one more check from YouTube or not. And I got a feeling if she doesn't get that check, she will flip out. And she's going to be extra spicy. So I'm hanging in there to see what happens. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.